It is an honor to stand and support the resolution presented by the good senator from Los Angeles, who has so ably led the Senate these past 4 years. Mr. Pro Tem, it has been a privilege to serve under your leadership and to count you as a friend. Today's historic transition is a testament to the dignity of this House, your leadership, and the character of our soon-to-be Pro Tem. I stand in enthusiastic support of the nomination of Ms. Atkins as the 48th President Pro Tem of the State Senate. You've heard about the important history being made today, and you will also hear many, many legislators talk about her wonderful accomplishments and personal passions of our next leader. But I want to take some time and introduce you to the person I've known for the past 20 years, not the elected official we celebrate today, but the person we celebrate today. As been said, she's the daughter of a miner and a seamstress. Toni was born in Virginia, growing up in a house with no running water, but then later attended the John F. Kennedy School of Government at Harvard University. That doesn't just happen. It's earned through hard work and dedication. What I've observed about Toni is that at her core, she is a person who deeply cares about her family, and that her leadership style extends to all of us as if we were part of her extended family. She is deeply devoted to her spouse, Jennifer, and almost never has a conversation without wondering how Jennifer might like or respond to whatever the subject issue was at hand. I've known her as a devoted aunt who helped mentor her nephew, Tommy. And again, she often talks about him with the same relevance and involvement of the current topic we're talking about. She's also very devoted to the people of San Diego and values the local issues and neighbors with the same extended family spirit. Our mutual friend, George Biaggi, shared with me some thoughts about Toni. He said, throughout her adult life and her entire political career, she has been a tireless advocate for affordable housing, seniors, the LGBT and HIV/AIDS communities, women's health, the revitalization of older urban neighborhoods, working families, and traditionally underserved communities. Her constituents have come to appreciate her honesty, integrity, and strong work ethic, knowing that Toni will leave no stone unturned in her commitment to pass legislation that will improve the lives of Californians. He went on to express that there is arguably no harder working elected official in the great state of California. This is what her colleagues in San Diego and coworkers say about her. Those of us in this chamber know firsthand that George's observations are spot on, as Toni works well, and it's been articulated by Mr. Hertzberg, works well with both chambers and with both sides of the aisle. Something remarkable given the national political tenor. George also shared with me that Toni's city council staff would sometimes dread coming to work on Monday morning, because Toni would spend her weekends driving around the city council district taking note of all the potholes, broken sidewalks, graffiti, and burnt streetlights that needed to be repaired. And she would leave messages on the office voicemails for each rep in those neighborhoods to begin working on fixing the problems Monday morning. Now, though staff would marvel at her dedication, they would also quietly lobby her chief of staff to please convince her to take a weekend off and go to the desert so they could catch up on everything else they had to do when they were at work, so they could best serve the district. As a legislator, Toni is someone who doesn't seek the limelight or the center of attention. She just wants to solve problems. And no one has been a bigger champion, as it's been said by Mr. Weiner and others, no one has been a bigger champion of building affordable housing for California in need of shelter than Toni. Again, does she draw on her compassion for humble people from her own humble story? Of course she does. Did she take time to share the issue area with her Senate and Assembly colleagues? You bet. And once again, There is a family connection that neatly ties Tony's methods and her motivations. Tony is a twin and reminded us just the other night that she's never been about I, because she's always been a we. Think about how profound that is for the culture of politics. Tony puts others before herself because she's always shared her life with others. Clearly, we in the Senate will be well served by such a good, kind, and caring person as our next Senate Pro Tem. On a personal note, Tony shared a fondness for my mom and my late brother, probably more fond of my late brother than I was for my late brother. He would often tell me that Tony was his favorite politician, not his little brother. And to share this moment with them, I'm wearing my brother's tie today to honor Tony and bring his memory to the chamber, so he could join us and wish you well on this next important journey for the Atkins and Lasar family, for the 39th Senate District, for the State Senate, and for the people of California. I urge an aye vote on the resolution before us, and I warmly congratulate my friend and look forward to all the wonderful things you're going to accomplish in this chamber, and I urge an aye vote.
Thank you, Senator Portantino.